So hello guys, today I'll be starting NPSC Prelims 2019 from question number 1 to 100. So I'll be starting from question number 1. Which of the following is not a biodiversity hotspot in India? So the Eastern Ghats is not a biodiversity hotspot in India. We know that in India there are three biodiversity hotspots, that is the Western Ghats, the Eastern Himalayas, and the Indo-Burma border. Indo-Burma biodiversity hotspot. So the Eastern Ghats is not a biodiversity hotspot. So next, which of the following soil occupies the largest area? So alluvial soil occupies about 43% of the alluvial soil in India, followed by red soil, which is 18%, and black soil, which is 15%. Next, the NNC and the Government of India signed the 9-point agreement on 26th of June 1947. The Government of India was represented by Sir Akbar Haidari, and it was signed in 1947. Consider the following statement. The Chennai seaport is an artificial seaport. Visakhapatnam is the best natural harbor in the country, and the Kochi seaport is an artificial seaport. And Mumbai is the largest seaport along the western coast of India. So, if we look at the following statement, which Chennai has an artificial seaport, yes, correct. Visakhapatnam is the natural harbor, correct. But if you look at the Kochi seaport, it is an natural seaport, not an artificial seaport, because it is formed by the river Periyar. So, and Mumbai is also the largest seaport in the western coast of India. So if we strike off the option C, then A, B, D. So the option is number C. Which of the following is not a rational number? So pi is not a rational number, it is an irrational number. What is a rational number? Rational number is a number in the form of p and q, where q is not equal to 0. That is, the denominator should not be 0. So all these options are correct except for pi, because pi is considered an irrational number. Question number next. As per the constitution, to cherish and follow the noble ideas which inspired our national struggle for freedom implies that it is a fundamental duty on the citizens. So the following statement, that to cherish and follow the noble ideas which inspired our national struggle for freedom, was given by Article 51A of the Indian Constitution, which was inserted by the 42nd Constitution Amendment of 1976. Next, this is all numericals will be completed in next class. Who among the following was the first president of the All India Trade Union Congress? So the first president of the All India Trade Union Congress, Lala Lajpat Rai, which he started in 1920. Next, folktale is called Herasam in. So the Zeliang Goal, the folktale Herasam. Which of the following is not a principal aim of the third 5-year plan? So according to Niti Aayog website, the third 5-year plan aim, the following which was not the aim of the third 5-year plan was reduce disparity in income and wealth. As per the third 5-year plan, the green revolution was going on, so naturally they aim to achieve self-sufficiency food grains, and they also aim to increase the national income by 5%, not 6%, and utilize the maximum possible extent of manpower resources in the country. So the answer is C. They did not aim to reduce the disparity in income and wealth. Next, with the aim to unite the Nagas, Charles R. Percy established the Naga Hills District Tribal Council in 1945. It was and which naturally became the Naga National Council. National Agriculture Innovation Project was launched by the Indian Council of Agricultural Research in the 10th 5-year plan. It was established in 26th of July 2006 by the then Minister of Agriculture Sharad Pawar, who among the following presided over the Congress session of Surat 1907. Congress session was presided by Raj Bihari Ghosh, who and this led to, and it was in this Surat that led to the split of the Congress into the moderates and the extremists. Next, question number 17. Which of the following is correct? So as per the answer key, both A, both not A, both B and D is correct, because mica is found in the Gondwana, that is in near Madhya Pradesh, and also lignite deposit is found in the tertiary. So tertiary is a region in the southern slope of southern part of the India, in the state of Tamil Nadu, particularly near Nellore districts. So both B and D is correct. Next, who among the following led the Sepoy Mutiny in Bihar? So the Bihar Sepoy Mutiny was led by Kunwar Singh, and in Delhi it was led by Bagh Khan and Mangal Pandey, who was the person who revolted, who was the first person to revolt against the British in the revolt of 1857. Who among the following was the finance minister in Shivaji ministry? So in Shivaji ministry, the finance minister is Amadya or Majumdar. The Peshwa is the prime minister. So the answer is Amadya. The iodine deficiency leads to goiter. So goiter is a deficiency of iodine, which means uh, swelling of the neck, and this is why salt is added with iodine. You must have come across iodized salt. So this was the reason to prevent goiter. Iodine was added to salt. The Battle of Konoma was fought in. So the Battle of Konoma was fought between 1879 and 1880 between the British and the Nagas, where the British finally defeated the Nagas and brought the Nagas under their control. And it led, and as a result of it, a peace treaty was signed in March of 27th, 1880. Next, who recommended the establishment of the first university in the country in 1857? So the Worce Dispatch of 1854 led to the establishment of first university in three places, that is the University of Bombay, University of Madras, and the University of Calcutta. So these are the three universities that was established by the Worce Dispatch. Who was the Nawab of Bengal at the time of Battle of Plassey in 1757? So Sirajuddaulah was the Nawab of Bengal, and he is also responsible for the black hole tragedy, in which 127 foreigners were kept inside a tight room, and they were suffocated, and many of them died because of the black hole incident. And Sirajuddaulah was the Nawab at the time. A bilingual inscription of Ashoka was found near Kandahar. So Kandahar is located in Afghanistan, and Ashoka wrote is- wrote the bilingual inscription in Kandahar. It was lettered in Greek as well as Aramaic language. So these two languages. Next, a prominent book, Nagas in the 19th century, was edited and introduced by Verrier Elvin. So he wrote this book. He published this book in 1966. And Christopher von Hemmendorf was also a writer. He wrote on the Konyak Nagas. Captain Jenkins also wrote. Was the person Captain Jenkins was the first person who came in. Was the first British who entered Nagaland. Next, Nagaland, as in the rest of the country, is implementing a midday meal scheme for pre-nursery to class 8 home for 220 days. Who built the city? Who built the tower of Alai Darwaza? So the Alai Darwaza was built by. If you see the name Alai, then you'll automatically know that the answer is Alauddin Khilji, and he built this structure in 1305 as an entrance to the mosque, that is the Kunwat ul Islam Mosque. So Alauddin Khilji established or built the Alai Darwaza in 1305. The whole of Dinsang is mountainous because, so if we look at the state of Nagaland, there are three mountain ranges that passes through it. That is the low mountain range that passes through the Assam Nagaland border, the middle mountain range which passes through Zenaboto, Kohima, Wokha, and the third mountain range known as the Patkai mountain range, which passes through the borders of India and Myanmar, and this, and as a result, the answer is Patkai mountain range. Next, consider the following pairs: iron, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh. So Orissa is the largest producer of manganese, so naturally manganese will be found in Orissa. Madhya Pradesh is famous for diamonds, and diamond is found especially in the Panna district of Madhya Pradesh. In Chhattisgarh, copper is not found. Copper is found in the Khetri mines of Rajasthan. In the Khetri mines of Rajasthan. So the answer is naturally A and B. So the answer will be B. Next. The normal tenure of Lok Sabha member is the tenure of Lok Sabha member starts 5 years after the date of the first meeting. So after the first on the date of the first meeting, the tenure of a Lok Sabha member starts. Next, 32. The power of judiciary to review and determine the validity of a law, policy, and order is known as the judicial review. So the judicial level power of a Supreme Court is that it can review the decisions of the central government as well as review its own actions. For example, the Supreme Court reviewed its case on the Shankari Prasad case and amended on and provided judgment on it and in the Keshavananda Bharati case. So in these two type of cases, the same case was handled upon where the judgment of the Supreme Court was deferred. So this is also this power of the Supreme Court to review its own judgment is also known as a judicial review, and it forms the part of the basic structure of the Indian Constitution. Modern periodic table contains, so the modern periodic table consists of elements in rows and in columns. The horizontal portion is also known as the periods, and the vertical is also known as the groups. So there are 18 groups, so the number of vertical lines are 18 and number of horizontal line is smaller, it is 7. So the answer is D. Next, the law of induction was proposed by Faraday. Faraday was the person who discovered the law of induction, which used to explain how magnetic field interact with electrical circuit to produce EMF. Kirchhoff's law founded the law of electric circuit, and Lorentz is related to magnetism. Next, find the odd one. So C language is a programming language, Java is also a programming language, Python is also a programming language. However, GeoGebra is a mathematical software which is used to teach small children how to do maths, simple mathematical calculations, and this is the odd one. The Khari-Boli region is comprising of, so the Khari-Boli is a dialect, also known as the Delhi dialect, and it comprises of Haryana and Western UP. So much like Nagamis, this Khari-Boli is also known as the Delhi dialect, and this is found in the Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh region of India. Next, the following comes under the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Original jurisdiction means the Supreme Court has the power to watch over the dispute between the center and a state or between state, and it is provided under Article 131 of the Indian Constitution, and it falls under original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. That is, at the instance only the Supreme Court has the power to judge over these matters. The first Naga graduate in 1936 was Sokrini Angami. Actually, her full name was Rusokrinyu. Rusokhrienyu. So Rokosunyo Sakre. However, if the smaller version of his name is Sokrine Angami, and he obtained his BA degree, Bachelor of Arts. Who among the following started the Gadar movement? So the Gadar movement was founded by Lala Hardyal, and he founded it in 15th of July 1913. So the answer is 1913. Next, during which place during the reign of Samudragupta, the king of Ceylon, was permitted to build a monastery. So Samudragupta allowed the king of Ceylon, Meghavarman, to build a monastery near Bodh Gaya in Bihar. Bodh Gaya is the place where Buddha received his enlightenment. And next, which part of the plant takes in carbon dioxide from the air for photosynthesis? So stomata is used for photosynthesis. Which Delhi Sultan obtained a letter of investee from the Caliph. So Iltutmish is the person who obtained investee from the Caliph. Who among the following was the first to offer satyagraha? So Vinoba Bhave is the first person who offered satyagraha on the call by Mahatma Gandhi in 1940. He was the first individual satyagraha, followed by Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the second individual satyagraha. Next, Tirumala Temple. Tirumala Temple is in Andhra Pradesh. Konark Temple is in Odisha. Somnath Temple is in Gujarat. Padmabha Swami Temple is in Kerala. So the answer is C. Next, match the following. Kaziranga Forest is in Assam. Silent Valley is in Kerala. Siroi is in Manipur, and Kanhai is in Madhya Pradesh. So the answer is B. The pH scale was proposed by Sorensen, and he proposed it in 1904. Which one of the following is not a fundamental right? So the right to poverty is not a fundamental right. It was removed by the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1978, and it was kept as a legal right under Article 300A of the Indian Constitution. So the text Tirukural was written by. So the text Tirukural is actually a book on ethics and morality, and it was written by Tiruvallar in the 500 CE, that is 500 Common Era. Which of the following district is known as the shrimp capital of India? So the shrimp capital is Nellore. It is in Andhra Pradesh. Fruit ripening can be initiated by. So the fruit ripening is initiated by ethylene gas. If we look at the other option, auxins. Auxins is responsible for plant growth, that is, it is responsible for growing of plants. Cytokinin is responsible for uh, cell division, and gibberellin is responsible for ripening of fruits and germination, etc. Who among the following described the non-cooperation movement as a state of peaceful rebellion? So it was said by none other than Mahatma Gandhi. And the non-cooperation movement was started in 1920 alongside the Khilafat movement. Next, vocal cord can be seen in the larynx. If we look at the other option, pharynx is the place where both the food pipe and the windpipe meets. Trachea is the food pipe, and nasal cavity is a part of the nose, inside the nose. The functional unit of excretory system in human is the nephron, which is located in the kidneys, and neutron is a subatomic particle, whereas neuron is a part of the brain. It is the functional unit of a brain. Next, not brain, but it is related to the passing of information in the brain. Next, the structure of the orbital is. So the orbital is divided into S, B, D, F. So the S is spherical in shape. P is dumbbell. So the dumbbell is this, and the D orbital is double dumbbell. So the double dumbbell is two nodes together. So the answer is C, double dumbbell. Sustainable development means development without damage. Bleaching powder. So the formula of bleaching powder CaOCl2. So the bleaching powder is used to remove stains, and this is an oxidizing agent, meaning it oxidizes uh, the dirt and helps in removing the dirt. Which among the following gold Sibo Medini as a natural revolt, not a military revolt? So Benjamin Disraeli called the Sibo Medini as a natural revolt, and V.D. Savarkar called the Sibo Mutiny as the first war of Indian independence. Next, in which places the Kailashnath temple was built by the Pallavas? So the Kailashnath temple was built by was built by was built in Kanchipuram, and it was built by Rajasimha, who was the Pallava king, and this Rajasimha was also known as Narsivarman II. So he was the second Narasimha Ramdu, and his other name was Rajasimha, and he established the Kailasanatha temple at Kanchipuram, Tamil Nadu in the 700 CE, 700 Common Era. So the next, which of the following is not an atomic power station? Tarapur is an atomic power station in Bombay. Kalapakam is in Tamil Nadu, and Korba is a thermal power plant which runs on coal, and it is located in Chhattisgarh, and Kaiga is located in Karnataka, and it is also a nuclear power station. Next, so these are all current affairs. The Ayushman Bharat covers a scheme of 5 lakhs per individual. The current chairman of ISRO is K. Sivan, and Maradu Flats is in Kerala, where a building was demolished because of violation of some rules. Which of the following are the members of the G7 countries? So the G7 countries consists of 7 countries which was established in 1975, and it included the countries like United States, United Kingdom, Japan, Canada, France, Italy, and Germany. So these are the 7 countries that form the part of the G7, and this Germany and Canada are the following countries. Next, Aksai Chin is a part of the India and China dispute. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is an initiative which promised to give housing to all people and target of building 20 million houses, and this was promised till 2022, but the actual time is 31st of March 2022. Next, Amit Pagal is a boxer, and next is 90. In the abbreviation of CBDT, what does D stands for? The CBDT stands for Central Board of Direct Taxes, so the answer is direct. What is expanded form of NEFT? So NEFT stands for National Electronic Fund Transfer. What is NEFT? Suppose you want to send money from SBI to Axis Bank. So usually it is not possible to send money in to different banks, but using NEFT you can transfer the fund from one bank to another bank without hassle, and this um, is called National Electronic Fund Transfer, ability to transfer funds from one bank to another bank without any hassle. Next, number 97. Pakalai Reserve Forest is located in Tamil Nadu. And who is known as the Forest Man of India? Jadab Bedang from Assam is also known as the Forest Man of India, and he is credited to planting thousands of trees, and he belonged to the Majuli district of Assam, which is the largest river island in India, in the world. Whereas if you look at the other option, Rajendra Singh is also known as the Waterman of India. So the last question for today is, who is the current president of the People's Republic of China? So the answer is Xi Jinping. So with this, the first part of the question paper has come to an end. In the next video, I'll be completing from 101 to 200. So thank you all and have a great day, and please subscribe and like to my videos.